Hello everyone, welcome back to accountancy classes of Sri Mahavir International School. Today we are going to start chapter number 6, that is accounting equation. Till last videos we have completed 4 chapters, and after 4 chapters I have given you one test paper also. I hope you all have solved that test paper, and the chapter number 5th we will study later in these videos. Now we are going to start, that is chapter number 6, accounting equations. What we will learn in this chapter, that how accounts is shown in the form of equation, that we will learn in this chapter. So first you have to identify, first you have to study the rules of accounting equation, that which type of rules we have to follow in this chapter. The first rule is here, that every transaction will affect at least 2 accounts. That I have already cleared you this point, that was double entry system, that every transaction will affect at least 2 accounts. Okay. Second point, every expense will be deducted from capital. Whatever expense is there in the business, that will be deducted from capital. You know very well that what is the meaning of capital? Capital is the money that is invested by the owner into the business. So whatever expense is there, obviously you have to deduct from the capital, because you will give that expense from your capital. And every income will be added to capital. Whatever income is there, that will increase your capital. If there is any expense in the business, so that will decrease your capital. And the third point is here, after every transaction, equations should be matched. Now I will tell you what is the equation and how we will match this equation. But remind this point, that after every transaction, your equations should be matched. So before knowing about accounting equation, we have to study about the balance sheet. It is also a new term for you, that what is the meaning of balance sheet? It is a kind of statement. Balance sheet is a statement that will show assets and liabilities of a business. Assets, liabilities, these all terms we have cleared in our previous videos. So balance sheet is a statement that will show assets and liabilities of a business. What is the meaning of assets here? Like some assets I have shown here, cash, debtors, stock, land and building, and furniture. Out of these all assets, some assets are current assets and some assets are fixed assets. You can identify these easily, like cash, debtors and stock. These are your current assets. What is the meaning of current assets? We have already cleared in our previous videos, that can be easily converted into cash within 1 year, that are classified as current assets. And land and building, furniture, out of these 2 assets, some more assets can be classified here, like plants, machineries. These are also part of fixed assets. Fixed assets that cannot be converted in cash within 1 year, or that is for fixed time, that is for long time in a business, that can be classified as fixed assets. Okay. Let's move to liability side. What is the meaning of liability? In liability there are 2 parts. Liability side is divided into 2 parts. That 2 parts are capital and liabilities. How? Just try to understand this point. Suppose that whenever you are going to start any business, okay, so obviously you will need some asset in your business. How can you purchase these assets? You have 2 ways. Either you can invest your personal money into the business, that will be called capital. Or the second way is that you can borrow money from outsiders. You have 2 options, that whenever you are going to start any business, so either you can invest your personal money, that will be called capital, or you can borrow money from outsiders, so that will be called outsider liability. Okay. In outsider liability, like you can take example, bank loan. If you have taken loan from bank, that is also your outsider liability, because after a certain time period you have to pay that bank loan with interest. That may be creditors. Creditors are also part of outsider liability, because creditors give us stock, creditors give us goods. So creditors are also our outsider liability. So we can say, suppose that your total assets are 1 lakh rupees. Means you have assets in your business of 1 lakh rupees. out of 1 lakh, if you have invested your personal money, that is capital 40,000. So it means you have to borrow money from outsiders, that will be 60,000. So whatever you are watching here, that assets will always be equal to capital plus liabilities. Whatever assets you have in the business, that will be collected from your capital or liability. So the equation is here, assets equals to liabilities plus capital. This is your accounting equation. On this equation, this full chapter is best. We will study in this chapter only this equation. There are a lot of transactions in this chapter, and all transaction will match this equation only. Okay, so whatever the accounting equation, that is our chapter, the accounting equation is here, assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. So again I am just reminding these 3 rules to you, that every transaction will affect at least 2 accounts. Second point, second rule is there, that every expense will be deducted from your capital or every income will be added to your capital. After every transaction, equations should be matched. This equation should be matched after every transaction. Let's take an example that how this equation will match. First transaction I am taking here, that business started with cash, that is rupees 1 lakh. This is a common, that whenever you are going to start business, obviously you have to invest 1 lakh rupees. This is a common amount. So this is our transaction first, that business started with cash, rupees 1 lakh. So what are the 2 accounts that will be affected by this transaction? First, that is cash. First, that is cash, because you are investing cash into the business. Or second point, as I told you, that whenever you are going to start any business or whatever you are investing in the starting of business, that is termed as your capital. So the second account will be affected, that will be capital account. So we can say that by 1 lakh rupees your cash increased, and in the same way 1 lakh rupees your capital also increased. This is the effect of transaction. Now let's move to equation. Cash, you know that cash is your asset. Cash is your asset, okay? And capital is already capital. There is no head for the capital because it is already a head. So what is the equation? Assets means 1 lakh rupees is your asset, equals to liabilities plus capital. You don't have any liability, so liability will be termed as 0 and capital will be 1 lakh rupees. It means you can say 1 lakh equals to 1 lakh. This is matched. So like this transaction, all transaction will match your equation. Only in that condition your question will be correct, otherwise it may be wrong for you. So after every transaction you should match the equation for just verifying the question, that how is your question going on. Okay, let's move another example. Let's take another example of this. Purchased goods for cash, that may be rupees 20,000. You have purchased goods in your business that is of rupees 20,000. So what are the 2 accounts that will affect from this transaction? Let's see. Goods you have purchased, it means stock. Stock increased in your business because you have purchased goods, and you are paying cash for that goods, it means your cash decreased. You have purchased goods means you have got an asset, that is stock in your business, but on the another hand you have paid cash for that goods, it means the another asset, that is cash, has decreased. So 20,000 rupees stock increased, but the same amount 20,000 cash will decrease. And what will be the effect on liabilities and capital? There will not be any effect on liabilities and capital, only the effect on asset. Let's see on the equation, is it matching or not. So your equation is there, asset equals to liability plus capital. So you have 2 points in asset, stock and cash, both are your asset. So whatever you will write here, 20,000 minus 20,000. 120,000 is in plus, 120,000 is in minus. So 20,000 minus 20,000, and you don't have any liability and capital. So 20 minus 20, that is 0, and the same right hand side is also 0. It means your equation matched. So like this way your transaction will affect your equation. Let's move another example. Purchased goods on credit, rupees 30,000. You have purchased your goods on credit, that is rupees 30,000. Let's see the two account that will affect from this transaction. The same way, purchased goods, it means stock. The first account that is affected from this, that is stock. And the second one, what will be the second account here? What is the difference between this transaction and this one transaction? That here you are purchasing goods in cash, but here you are purchasing goods on credit. This is the difference. It was cash and it is credit. So when you are purchasing in cash, so your cash account will decrease. But if you are purchasing on credit, it means the second account will be affected, that will be creditor's account. Creditor are the person, creditor are the suppliers from which we are purchasing goods on credit. So the first account will be affected, that will be stock account, or the second account will be affected, that will be creditor's account. So your stock will increase by 30,000 and creditors will also increase by 30,000. Now you can classify these two accounts, that are these assets or liability for you. Stock is asset for you, okay, but creditors are your liability, because you have to pay these creditors in the future. So creditors are your liability and stock is your asset. Okay, let's match the equation. Asset is equal to liability plus capital. Asset, what you have the amount of asset? 30,000. Liability, what is the amount of liability? 30,000, and there is no amount for capital. So 30,000 equals to 30,000. It means your equation matched. This is the question. This type of questions you have to solve in this chapter. But what is the difference, that here just I am telling you only single transaction, or just only like a rough way for understanding that how these transactions will affect the equation. But in the questions, in the numerical question of your book, we have to show these transactions just in a format. We have to show these just in a statement. Okay, like this transaction, just we are solving 2 or 3 more transactions. After this we will start a question. In the same way, like it was the example of purchase, so in the same way we are taking an example of sales. Sold goods on cash, rupees 40,000. We are selling our goods of rupees 40,000. So what are the two accounts? Simple, sold goods. We are selling goods, it means stock. If you are selling goods, if you are purchasing goods, goods are termed as stock. Okay, the second account will be affected, that is cash account. Now see that which account will increase or which account will decrease. You are selling goods, it means goods have gone from your business, that is minus, because you have decreased the stock in your business. So it means stock will decrease by rupees 40,000. And when you sold the goods, so you have received cash from customer, it means your cash increased by 40,000. Okay, now see which is asset or which is liability. Stock is asset and cash is also asset. Let's fetch the equation. Assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Asset 40,000 in minus and 40,000 in plus. So 40,000 minus 40,000 equals to, there is no liability plus capital. 40 minus 40, that is 0, and here is also 0. It means your equation matched. So like this type of transaction we will solve in our questions. I think we need 1 or 2 more transaction. After this we will start the question. These are only a way, a simple way that how you can understand the transaction, because before making a full format you have to know that what are the 2 accounts that will be affected by this transactions. Let's take another type of example. Commission paid. Commission paid. Okay. What is the account that will be affected by this transaction? Let's take an example of rupees 5,000. Yes, but before it I will tell you one more thing, that you have to identify in the transaction that are these your asset or not. Commission is not your asset. Commission is a kind of expenses in your business. Commission, salary, rent, these are your expenses. So these will not affect directly to any asset, or these will not termed as a different asset. Like if you are saying that commission paid 5,000, so how will you pay commission? There are 2 ways, that either you can pay in cash or you can give check. Okay, let's take example that you are paying commission by cash. So the first account that will be affected, cash account. As I told you, according to rule number 2nd, that every expense will be deducted from capital. So the second account will be affected here, that will be capital. You are paying, this is expense, so cash will also decrease or capital will also decrease. You can see here that when we were purchasing goods, that time stock account, that was asset. But commission is not your asset. Commission will affect your cash, that is your asset. Okay. So your cash will decrease by 5,000 and here your capital will decrease by 5,000. Cash is your asset. Capital is already ahead, that is capital. Let's match the equation. Asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. Asset is your 5,000. Liability, you don't have any liability, and capital is your 5,000. It means 5,000 equals to 5,000. That is your equation matched. This type of transaction we will solve. So now let's start with one question, that how to make format of this question. Just let's start with the question. So now we are going to start question number 1. You can see on the board that first of all we have to write the heading of the statement showing effect of various transactions on accounting equation. That what is the effect of transaction? We will show here lot of transaction. So what is the effect of these transaction on our accounting equation? Okay. So what will be the format of this? That first column you have to prepare, that is serial number. We will serial number the transaction like 1, 2, 3, 4. This serial number will be given to the transaction. Then second column will be for transactions. We will write the transactions here, that is given in the question. First column, that is for serial number. Second column, that is for transaction. And after this you are seeing here that the columns are divided into 2 parts. The first one is for asset and the second one is for liabilities plus capital, that is our equation. So assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Here I am writing assets. Why this second line is drawn here? Because we will categorize the asset in different parts. Suppose that you have cash in the question, then we will make the separate column for cash. You have stock in the question, then we will make the separate column for stock. If you have some other asset like furniture, plant, whatever, so we will make the separate column for those assets also. And in the same way for liabilities and capital, capital is the different term, that is single, but in liabilities there may be some parts like creditors, loan, whatever, so that is separated here. That's why I just draw this second line. So let's start according to question, that which columns we have to prepare here for asset and liabilities. I am solving question number 1 from your book. If you don't have book, so please inform me. I will share a PDF of book with you. So first transaction is here. First the question that prepare accounting equation from the following. First transaction, Sandeep started business with cash. So write here number 1, Sandeep started business with cash and rupees 1 lakh. The transaction is here that Sandeep is the owner of the business and he started business with cash. So what are the two accounts, as I told you in previous videos in previous class, that what are the two transactions that will affect from this cash account and capital account. So first column in asset you will make, that is cash, and capital you have already, just I am making separately capital. Cash and capital both will affect from this. Second one, purchased furniture for cash. You have purchased furniture for cash. It means your two accounts that are affected, cash account and furniture account. So cash account you already have in the question, and furniture I am making the separate column for this. So the second column, second asset is furniture. Third one, purchased goods for cash. First of all, just I am making the columns of asset. After this we will solve the transaction for every asset. So purchased goods for cash, what are the two accounts? Cash account and stock account. So just make the separate column for stock. Let's move on the next transaction. Purchased goods on credit. Two accounts affected from this, that will be stock account and creditors account. So creditors are part of liability. Creditors. Then the next one is here, paid for rent. Rent is a kind of expense for us, so it will affect your cash account and capital account that we already have in the question. Or the next one is goods costing rupees 40,000 sold at a profit of 20% for cash. Goods sold. Goods sold means stock account, and you are selling goods on cash, so that will be affected cash account. So it means you have only three assets, cash, furniture and stock. So the last column we can prepare here, total assets. That will be easy for us to match the equation. And in liabilities you have only one liability, that is creditor. So we can write it properly, creditors. Okay, now let's start with the transactions. So first transaction is here, started business with cash rupees 1 lakh. It means your cash will increase by 1 lakh and in the same way capital will increase by 1 lakh. So write here in cash column 1 lakh and in the same capital column 1 lakh. This is your first transaction. So just no amount for furniture and stock and total assets. Total assets means cash plus furniture plus stock. So here the total assets is 1 lakh. You don't have any creditor. After every equation we have to match this. So here we will write equation. Equation, what is here? 1 lakh, no amount, 1 lakh, no amount, 1 lakh. Means what you can see here, that assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. So asset you have of 1 lakh and liabilities plus capital is also 1 lakh. It means your equation is matched till now. Let's move on the second transaction. Second transaction is purchased furniture for cash. You have purchased furniture for cash, rupees 5,000. You have purchased a furniture of rupees 5,000. So two accounts will be affected from this, that is furniture account and cash account. If you have purchased furniture, it means furniture increased in your business. So furniture will increase in your business. On the other hand, you have purchased furniture for cash. It means cash decreased. So whatever is decreased, we will show in bracket. It is the rule of accounting equation that if any amount is in minus, if any amount is deducted, so that will be shown in minus, that will be shown in bracket. Okay. Let's move on the other transaction. No amount for stock. 5,000 in plus, 5,000 in minus. It means total assets nil. No effect on creditors and capital. Now the same point that match the equation. One lakh minus 5,000. It means 95,000. This is 5,000. No amount for stock. Total assets 95 plus 5, 1 lakh. You should match the column of total asset horizontally and vertically both. Like here 1 lakh, no amount, then 1 lakh, and horizontally 95 plus 5, 1 lakh. Okay. No amount for creditors and capital will also be 1 lakh. Again match the equation. Asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. Asset you have 1 lakh, liabilities plus capital is also 1 lakh. Let's move on the third equation. Purchased goods for cash, rupees 20,000. Purchased goods for cash, rupees 20,000. So what you will do in this? Purchased goods. Goods purchased means your stock increased in the business by 20,000. And you are purchasing stock in cash. It means your cash decreased by 20,000. You have purchased goods means your stock increased by 20,000, and you purchased in cash. It means your cash decreased by 20,000. There is no effect on furniture. Now total assets. I already told you that total assets is the total of these three columns. So 20, this is in plus, and 20, this is in minus. So one amount is in plus, the same amount is in plus and minus. It means effect is nil. No effect on liabilities and capital. Same rule that match the equation. What is the equation? 95 minus 20, 75. Furniture will be same, 5,000. Stock 20,000. Now see the amount of total assets. As I told you, horizontally and vertically both you should match. 75 plus 5, 80, 80 plus 20, 1 lakh. This is horizontally, and vertically also you can see 1 lakh. No amount for creditors and capital is same, 1 lakh. Again match the equation. Asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. Asset you have of rupees 1 lakh, and liabilities plus capital is also 1 lakh. Let's move on the fourth transaction. Purchased goods on credit. Purchased goods on credit, rupees 36,000. You have purchased stock of rupees 36,000. It means your stock increased by 36,000. But this purchase is on credit. It means your creditors increased by 36,000. First account that is affected, stock account, and second account that is creditors account. No effect on cash, no furniture, total assets. Total of these three columns 36,000. And no effect on capital. Again match the equation. $75,000 will be as it is, 5,000. 20 plus 36, 56,000. Total assets 75 plus 5, 80,000. 80 plus 56, 1,36,000. And here also 1 lakh plus 36, 1,36,000. Liabilities 36,000 and capital 1 lakh. It means 1 lakh plus 36, 1,36,000 and assets are also 1,36,000. Fifth transaction, paid for rent. You are paying rent. So what is the effect of this? Rent is a kind of expense for us. So every expenses will be deducted from cash and capital. So 700 will be deducted from cash or 700 same will be deducted from capital. No effect on furniture and stock. Total assets 700 is in minus, so here also 700 will be in minus. Here no effect on creditors. Again just equation match. 75 minus 700, it will be 74,300, 5,000, 56,000. 136 minus 700, 1,35,300. 36,000 of creditors and 1 lakh minus 700, it will be 99,300. Just match the equation. 74 plus 5 plus 56. Total, it is 1,35,300 and total of 36 and 99,300, it is also 1,35,300. Let's move on the last transaction of this question. Goods costing rupees 40,000. Goods costing rupees 40,000 sold at a profit of 20%. 20% on cash. This is a different transaction or maybe a little difficult for you, but don't worry, just we are understanding this. Goods costing of rupees 40,000 means you have goods in your business of rupees 40,000 and you are selling that goods at a profit of 20%. But what is the effect on stock? Your stock decreased by only 40,000 because stock's value was 40,000. So stock will decrease by 40,000. This is the first effect, okay? You are selling the goods at a profit of 20%. So find the 20% of 40,000. 40,000 multiplied by 20%. It will be 8,000. It means 40,000 was the value of stock. 8,000 is your profit. It means you sold the goods in 48,000. So you will receive 48,000. Okay, 48,000 you are receiving in cash. That's why cash increased by 48,000. Stock's value was 40,000. That's why stock decreased by 40,000. And the remaining amount, that is 8,000, is your profit. It means this is income for you. And as I told you that every income will be added to your capital. So 8,000 will be added to your capital. Now no effect on furniture. 48 is in plus, 40 in minus. It means total assets effect will be by 8,000 only. No effect on creditors. So now it will be your final equation. Now you can write here final equation. 74,300 plus 48,000. It is 1,22,300. This is cash. Furniture is 5,000. 56 minus 40, 16,000. Now let's move on to the total assets. Again horizontally and vertically. 135,300 plus 8,000. It is 1,43,300. Again check by horizontally also. 122 plus 5,000, 127, 127 plus 16, 143 and 300, that is 143,300. Creditors are 36,000 and capital is 1,07,300. Match your final equation. Total assets or assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. 143,300, this is the amount of asset. Liabilities plus capital is also 1,43,300. So this was your basic or first question of this chapter, that how we will show our transaction in the form of equation. Okay, so on the basis of this, try to revise this question. If you are able to solve, so solve the next question also. Otherwise, in next video we will solve the second question. That's all for today. Thank you so much.